And its German partner BioNTech say their COVID-19 vaccine is 100% effective in preventing infections in kids ages 12 to 15 years old. New phase 3 clinical
We
trials
can
in
expect
adults
we like
aged 2 to
it.
14 showed just 30 COVID infections, and they were all in the placebo group of the study. Among kids who didn't get the vaccine, the
She
Pfizer
also
vaccine has
spoke
had
with
emergency
NKOTB
use
ahead of
authorization
the
in
show,
12 to
where
15 year
Donnie
groups.
Wahlberg shared why the
Now, the New York
history-making
pharmaceutical
performance
powerhouse says it will
feels
ask the
surreal.
FDA for an
Being
extension
here is
to cover
always
the
fun,
fact the
but to
vaccine
be
was
here with New
only
Edition,
initial
who
and
are
effective but among kids with
mean so much
underlying
to us
illnesses,
and really
could be
paved the way for
obesity.
us in all boy bands. You know, it's kind of a boy band night here, and it wouldn't be right without the guys who really paved the way. The real guys who created the modern boy band.
That wasn't their mother. She has a mole and the hands look different. After the mother was put in a plot, they got a call from the funeral home reportedly confirming a mistake was made. The family is suing for $88 million.
White teenager Kyle Rittenhouse walks free while her black 12-year-old son is in the grave. The mother, Tamir Rice, is speaking up about what she sees as the inequity in the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse, who shot and killed two people, versus Tamir Rice. Rice was shot to death by a Cleveland, Ohio cop in 2014. The cop responding to a call of a person with a gun shot the boy seconds after arriving. Tamir was planned with a toy gun. Demario Rice says this country should be
WVON,
overthrown
your
for a
name, please.
system that allows such disparity. He has questions
WVON,
about the
hello?
administration and the Justice Department will
Yes,
open her
speaking.
son's case.
A black boy
Hey,
just
Robert.
13 years old is a sophomore at Georgia Tech. He is studying aerospace engineering. Caleb Anderson is the youngest person on Georgia
Okay.
Tech's campus. He is also the youngest member of the American Institute of
Uh-huh.
Aeronautics and Astronautics. The Marietta, Georgia boy tells Atlanta's 11 Alive he has a life plan.
Susie Q, her name is Sharon Burton. I'm sorry, Susan Burton. And I give most of my girlfriends and or wives nicknames.
At 3 years old. I'm Vanessa Tyler with Mike Stevens. On your home for 24/7
Hmm.
news with Health Information Network.
You're welcome. I'm right here. You're welcome. Uh-huh. Okay. You got it. Hmm. Okay. Oh, it is, yeah. Absolutely. Hmm.
Love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too. I'm friends with his daughter. Yes, sir. I know. I listen to him all the time. Hmm. I certainly will. Hmm. Thank you. You do the same. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Wait a bit.
Woo, Lord. Robert's a little long-winded there. Just a little long-winded. Okay, I'm not going to stay on the whole night. I have some production work to do, so I will say hello to everyone. What's up, Wayne, aka Jerome James? I will see you on December 18th. Catherine Flowers, I will see you whenever. Queen Janine, thank you so much for being online. I appreciate you as always. Actually, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Like I said, I will only be on until 3 tonight because I have a project to work on. So what I'll do is I'll be playing a best of starting at 3 o'clock, which will run until the end. So uh, I apologize for that, but that's it. Um, which will probably be the only time that I'll do that. So, yep. So at 3 o'clock, I'm cutting it off. Yes, sir, James. What you need? I mean, Wayne, Jerome James, Wayne, sir. You need a favor. What you need? I'll do it. It's already done. Okay. Phone is on. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll text it to you. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Okay. You want me to call him now or call him tomorrow? Because he's probably not even up. So he's yeah. But I will. Yeah. Call me tomorrow. I'll call him, and he'll do it. Yeah, he'll do it for me. Okay. No problem. I got you. No problem. Anytime. All right. It's done. Yeah. So yeah, 3 o'clock our time. I'll be shutting it down tonight. Tonight only. I promise. Okay. Brother Maverick. Oh, woo. Yep. So Catherine says she'll be in a deep one in about 30 minutes. Bree, I forgot to call you on the way in. Of course, I got a call on the way. Now, usually I'm listening to music on the way there, but I'm trying to make it a habit to call and talk to my granddaughter so she don't get mad at me anymore. So, but yeah, tonight I'm going to shut it down at 3. But of course, it's a best of, and it features some of the music that I'm going to be playing tonight, which is Patrice Rushen. So it'll be me live and then me recorded. So that's it. That's all. Now I go into the production room and whip up another episode of The Invisible Ones. But thank you so much, Maverick, brother Maverick. And I want to tell everybody, thank you so much for your donations. I know I sound like I'm begging every time I get on the air, but I've uh, had a few financial setbacks, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'll be coming out of it hopefully before the end of either the end of the year or the beginning of the year. I think going into the new year, I should be okay. Um, because of course a lot of things are going to change. But I just want to let you guys know I can't go into detail, but some of you already know. Queen Janine, she knows, as I've talked to her. Catherine, she knows. Maverick, he knows. So just about everybody on here knows, except for Jerome James, aka Wayne. Um, but to let everybody know that you know, going into the new year, it's going to be a new Greer. New year, new Greer. I'll be celebrating 60 wonderful years on this earth. December 23rd, that's my birthday. Um, Janine said, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to stay awake tonight. I know. I understand. Like I said, I'm going to cut it down, shut it down at 3 o'clock. So, Catherine, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you all. Like I said, um, I'm not just running this ticker tape just um, for decoration. And like I said, if I get to a certain amount of money, I start giving it away to other people who actually need it. So, but thank you. 1690 WVON, the talk of Chicago. Good morning and welcome to the B-Sides. It's your Dr. Al Greer officially checking in. Good morning to all my B-Siders, my M-Squatters, my third shifters, and of course, my dusty insomniacs who hold me down each and every night as I flip the 45s and play the B-Sides on 1690 WVON. Here are the Jacksons for Art Neely on the B-Sides. Nothing compares to you. That's right. New year, new Greer. But like it says in the Bible, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. So that's what I'm looking for or looking forward to. So it's gonna be all right. You know, I you know, I don't want to start preaching or anything, but I feel it in my spirit. I got a call today and a text today, and they all have a lot to do with new locations, and I'll just leave it that way. Um, she's 8 and no school tomorrow. What's her name? What's her name, Catherine? Catherine, what's her name? Haley? Hey, Haley, how are you? 8 years old. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for staying up. Don't have school tomorrow, huh? Well, I don't have school either tomorrow or on Thursday. So, yep, tomorrow's Wednesday, I'm off. Thursday, I'm off, Haley. So, hey, I go back on Friday, one day, and that's it. Haley. I'm sorry, Haley. Did I get that right this time? Haley? That's a pretty name. Haley. I like that. But 8 years old, okay. But once again, um, new year, new Greer. She said it, no, like, hey, Halle, Halle, Halle. Uncle Marshall, is it cool there? Yeah, it's real cool here. It's cold. That's what it is. You know, unlike where you're at in sunny Las Vegas, I'm sure it's still at least 70 degrees after what is it? Was after midnight here, so it's like 10 o'clock there. So yeah. Are you getting adjusted to the time change? Or are you still getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Which I'm sure you are. You know, they say when you get to a certain age, you don't need as much sleep. The devil is a liar. I think I need more sleep, but I'm still awake. You know, it's like every time it feels like every time I lay down, my phone rings. I get in that good sleep, and my phone, yeah. So tomorrow, I will probably get up, go to the gym like I normally do, and then and that's it. Then I go back, and then yeah. So Uncle Marshall, I know you're not missing this weather right now. Like I said, it's 10:18 there. I know you are not missing this cold weather. You know, I I don't mind wearing a mask, especially now that it's getting colder outside. So yeah, but yes, I am ready to go into the new year, 2022. Yep, I am looking forward to it. I can't wait for 2022 to come in. Let me put my glasses on. I'm squinting like I can really see. There we go. Okay, but I hear you. Can you wear a mask in the gym? I do. But what happens is when I'm on the treadmill, I feel myself getting winded. So normally I'll go in with the mask on, but after a while I will take that mask off so that I can breathe. Because it's like, whoo, yeah, it gets kind of, and somebody suggested to me, it's like, look, when you get into the gym, just wear your mask when, going in there. Because what they do is they disinfect everything. They have to. So they're spraying and mopping the floors, and, you have to wipe off all the machines when you're done. Um, stay a certain distance away from each other. So the people behind the counter, they'll have their masks on and they're not working out. And then the people that are working out, sometimes they might have a mask on, sometimes they don't. But there's a sign on the door, Uncle Marshall, that says, if you're not vaccinated, You ain't welcome. So I know how you feel, Uncle Marshall. I don't mind telling you, and I'm sure he don't mind me telling you. Uncle Marshall does not want anyone around him that is not vaccinated. You got to be vaccinated once, twice, three times vaccinated before you go around Uncle Marshall Donald Thompson. You got to be. He ain't playing. He was supposed to be in Chicago a couple of weeks ago. He said, no. And he said somebody's name. He said, is so-and-so going to be there? Uh-uh. So I understand, Uncle Marshall. Yep. Seems like it would lessen your lung intake. It does. Like I said, I go in there with my mask on, but I make sure I stay a certain distance from everyone. Like I said, when I go in there, they're spraying, they're wiping down, they're mopping, they're doing everything. So it's not, um, they wouldn't be open like that if it were dangerous to be in there, because they were closed from March all the way to, I want to say, June of last year. So when they finally opened back up, you know, they had to go through the CDC guidelines or whatever. So, they had to be, um, everything had to be sanitized. They got the little bottles. You spray the bottle, spray the paper towels, and you wipe everything off. They say wipe the machines off before you get on them and then after you get off of them. So it's pretty safe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in there. I'd be like Uncle Marshall. I don't want nobody around me that hasn't been vaccinated. But for the most part, if the people are wearing their mask, if they're keeping their mask on, then they have, like, the mask is not as thick. It's not the recommended mask that they're talking about, whatever the number and the letter is. So you just, it's, to me, it's like the luck or unluck of the draw. So you can pretty much get away with it a lot of times, but they're pretty safe when it comes to that. You know, um, like I said, everybody in there is, you know, all the staff are wearing masks. Most of the people who come in there to work out, they're wearing masks. We're keeping social distancing. We're wiping down the machines. People are doing everything to, um, keep everything on the up and up. And that's it. So, once again, us folks with the underlying conditions, we have to be particularly um, conscious about everything that goes on in there. We all have to. Yeah, it's the luck of the draw. I've heard of people who have been fully vaccinated but didn't get their booster shot that caught COVID. Um, and then there are those that said, look, I'm not taking the shot. I don't trust it. And those are the people you just don't want to be around, unfortunately. So Catherine said, I brought the gym to my home for the boys. My son talked me into it. Said the older folks were not wearing masks. Uh, Smart son. Yeah, smart son. And unfortunately, you just have to take that stance. You know, Once again, Uncle Marshall was very adamant about that. He said, I don't want nobody around me. I just had a stroke a few years ago. I ain't trying to check out of here. I said, I heard that, I heard that. Not enough can be said about this young lady. She's a singer, she's a producer, she's also a teacher and instructor of music. She was responsible for the music for Bernie Mac's show, which was called, what was it called? I forgot. Also, Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime. She also did the theme song for the Steve Harvey show, as far as the music, not his talk show, but his original sitcom. She did all the music for that. And here's one tidbit. Prince was in love with her, but she turned him down. Tonight, we flip the 45s and play the B-sides on Patrice Louise Russian, better known as Baby Fingers, right here on 1690 WVON. And all of that off the top of my head. So I didn't even look at, I didn't even read, when you do it so many times, it's like, you just can't not know. You know what I'm saying? But once again, back to, what we were saying about, all of that. You have to, you have to be very careful. And I've said this before. People that I know, have caught COVID. It's been very scary. Like I told a few people, I said, I got a call from a young lady who said her mother died of COVID. I said, well, call me and let me know when the service is. A few weeks later, I got a call from her phone, and it wasn't her, saying that she had passed from COVID. So both the mother and the daughter have died from it. My cousin's son got vaccinated and died in his sleep, 13 years old. See, stuff like that, it just, it's very, it's very hurtful. I don't know any other way to explain it. It's sad. It's just very, very sad. Where did this whole COVID thing come from? Where did it start? And why would someone start something like this? And it's like, I keep, it's just, you have to keep in prayer. That's the bottom line. That's the only thing that I can tell you. You have to keep in prayer, and just, somebody left their glasses in there. He'll be back for them. You have to just stay in prayer, because you never know. You never know. You can be in the best of health, and, it happened to you. They said that some kids are immune to it. Some children are, and then others, if they have underlying conditions, they could get it. So Uncle Marshall, he's fully vaccinated, But once again, he doesn't want anybody around him who isn't. And I got to respect that, you know. So I get it. I understand it. And I think that, hey, um, everybody should take that same stance that he has. Not, I mean, everybody should have a freedom of choice. I mean, that's understandable. You got freedom of choice. But when you choose not to be vaccinated and then you go into a crowd of people, that's almost that's the equivalent of driving your truck through a parade of people. It's the same thing. You know, if you're infected with COVID and you go into a crowd of people, it's the same way as driving your truck or your bus through a crowd of people. And that's it. So you really have to, be mindful of who you go around. You know, you have to be mindful because you don't know. It's like, I equate it to the AIDS epidemic. Whether you were gay or straight, you don't know who had AIDS. You know, some guys were on the down low and they were sleeping with guys. Some guys were sleeping with guys. Some uh, guys were sleeping with girls and they were sleeping with guys. So some of them infected their girlfriends, their wives, or whomever, not knowing that they had the virus, not knowing that they were a carrier of this deadly virus. Um, so, like Janine said, you choose to kill or cause harm to them if you're not fully vaccinated. And I understand. I get it. It's probably the oldest argument ever, next to politics and religion, to be or not to be vaccinated. And if you choose not to be vaccinated, that's your choice. Stay the away from me. Okay? Okay. Let's just make that perfectly clear. I hear what you're saying. I understand your stance on it, um, that whole thing. But at the end of the day, if you think you have it, please, get tested. At least get tested. You know, I mean, think of it this way. If you're vaccinated, why are you so afraid? I'm not afraid. No, no way am I afraid. It's just that, you know, I just don't want anybody around me that is not vaccinated. I'm not afraid, but I just feel like it's your responsibility. Just like when, with anything, with AIDS, syphilis or gonorrhea, if you think you got it, you know, herpes or whatever, then you'd let somebody know there's a possibility that I may have, this, that, and the other. If you choose to sleep with that person still or to be around them still, then you've made your choice. And in doing so, you have to deal with the consequences. That's it. So if, you're, around people who are, sexually active with the same sex, then, you know, don't have sex with them. But at least they have to be honest enough to tell you, look, there's a possibility I might be a carrier of AIDS. I might be a carrier of, what was it, SARS. I might be a carrier of COVID, and that's it. The young lady who usually comes here like twice a month, the job lady, notice she hasn't been here. She says she came in contact with someone who had COVID, so she has not been up here. Every week that she has been here, every night that she has been here, she's always had a mask on. She had on gloves, everything, a mask and gloves. So once again, it's like the luck of the draw. So you just have to be very cautious. You just have to be cautious about who you're around. And that's it. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Once again, everybody has a choice in the matter of getting vaccinated. Everybody has a choice. I get it. I understand it. If you don't want to get vaccinated, fine. Once again, that is your choice. That means you're and don't take this the wrong way. It means maybe you're choosing death. I don't know. You're being defiant. I'm not going to do this. It's like, if your job tells you that you need to take it, you need to take the shot, then to keep your job, then you go ahead, take the shot to keep your job. Catherine said, this is how I think. At my job, if they pass this bill, my job will not pay weekly tests, and it will come out of folks' pays. Now I feel the ones who have had COVID with the shots should be held to pay too. It's their choice. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But once again, everybody, hey, Luana, once again, everybody has a choice in the matter. I get it. I understand it. But once again, choose wisely. Choose wisely. That's all. If it's going to put other people in harm's way, then just stay at home. But that's your choice. If you don't want to take the shot, don't take the shot. Take the take take the time off or work from home, and that's it. When back last year in March, I still came to work. The young lady I was living with, she was working from home. As a matter of fact, I believe she had contracted COVID because she was in the hospital and she could not breathe. And her and I were sleeping in the same bed together. And she ended up going to the hospital. And when she got out of the hospital, I ended up going to get tested for COVID. And they said I didn't have it. I was like, whoa. Because they kept saying, underlying conditions. So, I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I just knew that I was on my way out of here. But how many know that the Lord has the last say? He has the last say in all of that. So it wasn't my turn. It wasn't my time. So that's it. It wasn't my time. But I see your point, Catherine. But at the same time, and this is my own opinion, and you don't have to agree with me. I think everyone should take the shot so that we can get back to being normal. If that's going to get us back to normal, then take it. Tonight's spotlight artist, Patrice Rushen. That's When I Found You on 1690 WVON, the Talk of Chicago. With your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides. Hello to Robert and his main squeeze. Thank you for checking in early. Yeah, he calls every night to the B-sides on 1690 WVON. Hello to Catherine, also to Queen Janine, and to Ken Watlington. Thank you for checking in on the B-sides on 1690 WVON. You're absolutely right, Catherine. It's like I say all the time, people have opinions. For instance, two things that I never talk about: politics and religion. Everybody has, their own opinion about, politics and religion. They always have an opinion, and that's it. And they always think that their opinions are right about politics and religion. So, you will always get in a fight, not a disagreement, but a fight regarding religion. Some people don't believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. They don't believe in it. You have a lot of atheists out there. For instance, you have there's a gentleman by the name of Seth MacFarlane. He is the creator of Family Guy, American Dad, and the Cleveland Show. And he is an atheist. But my aunt is 104, no shot. She said what God has for her, it's for her. Well, at 104 years old, 9 times out of 10, she's going to die of old age or natural causes. She's not out in the world like that. I'm sure she don't go out to the gym every day. She doesn't, she might go shopping or whatever and put on her mask. So, and she has lived her life. I mean, 104, oh my goodness. She has definitely lived her life. God has given us a cure, and some folks won't take it. I have no problem smoking, consuming beer, pop, chocolate mint Oreos. People are not taking the shot, put folks like me at risk, even though I've had my vax. Where can I get my Johnson booster? You would have to go to cdc.com, I think it is, or .net, .org, one of those. And they will tell you exactly where you can go get your shot. They'll tell you exactly where you can get your shot. Now, they said, the Johnson & Johnson shot was just one and done. So now they're saying you need a booster for it, which is just another shot. Where on the other hand, the Pfizer and Moderna, you needed at least 2 of them. So um, I've had my 2 Pfizer shots. So all that's left now is to get the booster, the 3rd shot. And I don't mind taking it. But once again, that, you know, that has, a lot to do with your own personal views. But once again, at 104, she has lived a full life. She is she has seen the first black president. She has seen um, uh, the first gay mayor, gay black mayor, gay black female mayor in her lifetime. Probably, I don't know where she lives, but you know, um, first female vice president, black female vice president. She's seen a lot in her life, and like I said, some people choose not to. So she's here in Chicago. Well, there you go. She's seen it all. She has seen it all. Been there, done that. When she was born, there was no there was no Dan Ryan, so she saw the construction of the Dan Ryan back in uh, the early '60s, late '60s, early '70s. The red line, which was erected in what, 68, 69. So she's seen a lot, you know. She's seen the Cubs, the Bulls, and the Bears all win in their in their um, in their categories, in their sports categories. She's seen all of that. First black mayor. She's seen everything. So for her to say she don't want to take the shot, okay, we get it. Go ahead, mama. I ain't mad at you. But I mean, at 104, yeah, you know, she has lived a full life. She'll be people, I mean, God bless her. Yes. 104. Hmm. I think the oldest person um, is like 110 years old or something like that. I did a party on Saturday. The lady was 70 years old. She didn't look it. She didn't look it. She said she was 70 years old. I went over to shake her hand when I was done. I said, "You are truly blessed." And I told her, I said, when I die, the Lord ain't gonna say, "Well done." He's gonna ask me if I had fun. She said, in other words, I know where I'm going when I leave here. So, but yeah, 70 is the new 60. And this lady did not look like she was 70 years old. She was dancing and everything. But it depends on how you take care of yourself. If you don't work out, if you don't eat right, if you eat pork, you know, it is what it is. They might have moved her house to build the Dan Ryan. Woo! My great grandmother and the great uncle's house was taken for the new Sox Park. But see, that's what I mean. I mean, that is truly amazing. Truly amazing. To live that long and have that type of um, to have a good memory and everything else, to be uh, clothed and in your right mind, and people not have to, help you put your clothes on and everything else. That's a beautiful thing. That is a wonderful thing. and we should all strive to live that long. You said she's very sharp. That's wonderful. That's a beautiful thing. God bless her. I just hope that I live that long. I hey, what you saying? She can step. Okay, that's what's up. Yep, yeah, that's what's up. But yeah, blessings to her. Blessings to her. My mom was what 80. I want to say she was 83, 84 when she passed. I remember that Wednesday before she passed. She was still sharp. She was still laughing and joking and everything else. And I called my pastor. He was out playing golf, and he just happened to be in that area. And I asked, could he stop by and and pray for her? And my pastor did. He was there, and he said, "Your mom ain't going nowhere." I was like, "Okay." So he came and he came and saw her. He prayed over her. That was that. I think it was that Wednesday, and then that Saturday she was gone. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's like she went down, 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 and then Saturday she went home. She went to be with her husband, old dude. So that was it. But she never complained. The single version of Inner City Blues. Before that, the version done by Miss Angela Winbush on 1690 WVON. Same song, different artists. It's your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides here on 1690 WVON. Tonight's spotlight artist is Patrice Rushen. Here's one of her instrumentals where she's just playing that piano. This is called Number One on 1690 WVON, the talk of Chicago. Coming up the next hour, of course, more from Patrice Rushen, as well as Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. Probably some kung fu fighting from Carl Douglas, and maybe some dramatics right here on the talk of Chicago. 1690 WVON with your doctor. Yep, like I said, I'll be shutting it down at 3:00. So enjoy the music while you can. Of course, I'll still be on, but it'll be via recording. So, but I thank you all for staying up with me. I appreciate you all as always, and don't forget donation, donation, donation. Whatever you can spare, I appreciate it. Like I said, if it's 25, $30, $50, whatever you can spare, thank you so much for sending it. Thank you in advance. And like I said, if I get a certain amount, I'll start giving money back to others that truly need it, because that's just me. I'm riding around with this list, and it's a list of apartments. And if somebody is looking for an apartment, I paid I paid $100 for a list. I'm like, okay, And I said to myself, this is a good ass hustle. This lady got a good hustle going on. Give me $100 and I give you a list of places that may or may not pan out as far as, a place to live. I'm like, okay. So I want to bless somebody with it. Once I'm done and I do, you know, I'm going to go ahead and bless them with this $100 list that I paid for. And that's it. But, if you can, if you can spare it, I know a lot of you all have had to, start your Christmas shopping and everything else. But, once again, if I get to a certain amount, then I'll start blessing others with money. But meanwhile, I thank you in advance for your donations, and I truly appreciate it. Um, I've been I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed, not only to have, uh, to be in my career for years, for 4 decades. I've been in my career, um, and I've made good money. I've had, jobs not only in radio, but I've had retail jobs. I've worked for Radio Shack and sold phones at Verizon. So, I've made pretty good money in my lifetime, and have been very, I don't want to say very generous, but I've been somewhat generous to others. So now I need, you know, now I need, after I've given, to others, now I need. So, once again, if you could help me out, I appreciate it. Shout out to Dr. Ron Ford, who donated earlier this evening. I said, I will give it back to you on Friday. He said, okay. So that's the kind of relationship we have. I borrow it on a Monday, I give it back on Friday when I get paid, and that's it. But, thank you in advance. To Luana and Catherine, thank you so much in advance. Even if you don't send anything, it's just like when you're in church, just touch the basket, just touch the basket, and I appreciate you, you know. But Pat Westbrook, Lady G, others, you know, have donated to me, you know, because they know I'm a good man and I ain't blowing the money on just, I ain't tricking it off. So that's it. So, once again, in advance, thank you. If you can, thank you anyway. If you can, hallelujah anyway, if you can. So, oh, now that I've gotten that out of my system, once again, I thank you all for listening. Make sure you share the video. These two people that are still on with me, um, you know, I thank you all. Those who are listening, or those who are watching me and don't comment, that's cool too. Thank you for watching me and all that. So thank you. Like I said, at 3 o'clock, I'm shutting it down. So enjoy my pretty face while you can. Yeah, right. Anywho, what are you saying, Catherine? I I don't need any money. I'm rich. Yeah, I'm rich, honey. I'm rich on personality, but my bank account doesn't quite reflect that. So yeah, but once again, thank you so much for your donations. Um, Lawana, thank you for the reading glasses and the popcorn. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That meant so much to me. So that meant a lot to me that you made a trip down here
Recorded the video.
for me, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Lawana.
As she fell into the backseat of her car in shock. It's going to take much more than a pandemic to break this strong bond. I'm Teresa Chapman, along with Ray Harris, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
The talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Very small.
Let's go to Eddie. Eddie, you're on.
And trust me, the money doesn't go to me. You know, like the pastors always say, the money doesn't go to me. You know, I have my children hit me up almost every day for money. Actually every other day. So it doesn't go to me. You know, most of the time it goes to putting gas in the truck to get back and forth here. So okay, all right, all right. Oh, there you go. All right, hey, OJ's. Ah, I don't know what happened to my computer. I don't know. Survival. Let's try it again. There we go. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the little boy's room. Woo-ha, I'm back. Woo! You know, there's an old saying, they said there's a ghost in the machine. And my computer just locked up just that quick. And then it unlocked. Well, wonders never cease, I tell you. It's your Dr. Al Greer flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides here on 1690 WVON. Hello to Catherine Flowers, who's watching me right now on Facebook. And you can do the same. If you have a Facebook account, you can watch me all the time. I'm always doing something on Facebook. It's Al Greer, Al, Algreer. You hear that, Robert? Be a friend to me on Facebook. Follow me, all right? Also on Instagram at Peanut Butter Brother 1. That's spelled just like you say it. Peanut Butter Brother 1 on Instagram.com, all right? But make sure you follow me, okay? Here's the great Billy Paul, and the whole town is talking about the B-sides on 1690 WVON. You're the grapevine. Woo! Just talking. You and me. But, once again, I'm going to be shutting it down at 3-hour time to do a little work in the studio. But, and of course, then I'm off today, which is Wednesday already. And of course, Thursday is the holiday. So it'll be like a holiday B-sides, all right? And then we're back on Friday with another new show, okay? But once again, what are you saying, Catherine? I never said such. Okay, I'm not singling anybody out. And I thank all of you all, like I said, in advance for all of your donations. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me. So once again, at 3:00, we go into auto mode. So the show will mysteriously start all over again. So that's it. And once again, please enjoy the show. Tell your friends about the show. Make sure you support us on social media. Of course, they've been watching me on social media to see how many people are actually listening and or watching me on Facebook. So Like I said, as always, make sure you share it on your page so it'll look like a whole bunch of people are watching me, even though they aren't. Because I'd like to keep the show's legacy going. Um, my good friend and brother Wayne Fields did this show, also known as Insane Wayne. He did this show for years, and I want to keep his legacy alive. So in doing so, I need your support, because if they feel that no one is watching the show and no one's listening to the show, then there is no show. Then I'm just here talking to myself, in this little box. So, into this very expensive microphone that I bought online. So, yeah, I have my own mic, you know. Once again, I don't know what they've been doing with that mic that I took off. Yeah. So I make sure I bring my own microphone in. Plus, it sounds much better than the other one. So it makes my voice sound so much deeper. Not a big deal, right? Anyway, but once again, thank you, gentlemen, ladies, mostly ladies, for the support. Not only the watching and the listening, but the monetary support. So yeah, that means a lot too. And like I said, if I get enough money, then I'll start doling out money to others who need it. Because I hate to see people, and we see this all the time, people going into these stores, or when we're going into the store, we see people sitting outside and they're, can I get some change? Can I wash your windows for some change? That whole thing. And, I've made it a habit not to carry money on purpose. And, that might be a little selfish, but the thing is, a lot of times these people are not, they're not really homeless. They're really not uh, as they appear to be. And that bothers me, because there are actually people that are truly in need. And, you don't know who really needs something, who really needs the money, because, so many people are out there perpetrating. I saw this story online about this gentleman. He was, and they were showing, where he went after he would, leave his, quote unquote post. And then he would go to a shelter, and then he'd get right back out, in the daytime, you know. And I had a conversation with a good friend of mine today who was talking about, you know, these days people don't want to work. Some people don't want to work. They have, uh, all these places have help wanted on it. He said he was at the gas station. They said they'll give you a $2 bonus per hour if you sign up, to work there. I'm like, wow, okay. So I just wish I had enough time to work another job, as I surely would. I surely would. Put me on the schedule. Okay, cool. Um, I'm working out at River Oaks at Big Time Menswear. And, it's, the hours are flexible. I just go in there and work for a couple of hours, and that's it, you know. So it keeps me sharp, in the event that I, you know, have to use that as another source of income, another main source of income, then I'm already in there. So, You know, they open when the mall opens. So that's it. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Lady G. I was just thanking everyone who has made donations to the cause. I appreciate you all. Um, those who have and those who haven't. Um, and of course, you, Pat Westbrook, Queen Janine, thank you so much. You know, it's greatly appreciated because you know if I had it, I'd give it to you. So you know, it goes both ways. And I said if I got enough money, that I'd start giving it to other people. Like I was saying earlier about the people that you see outside panhandling and everything else, you know, you never know who to give to because you don't know what their situation is. Some people are just, like I said, perpetrating. You know, they don't really need the money. They're just doing it just to be doing it because they don't want to work. So, but once again, um, you know, thank you. You know, it's very heartfelt. And I said this earlier. I got a couple of calls today for a new location. You know, that list that I paid for. I'm going to if I get blessed with something, I'm going to bless somebody with that list. If I find something, because I think that you know a lot of people who are you know looking for you know places they don't know where to turn to because I didn't. You know, in the past I dealt with one company and one company only, and that was Pioneer, Frontier. I'm sorry, Frontier Realty. So, and the other one was I forgot the name of it, but that's the one where I had my office inside the Regal Theater. I think they were known as Regal One or something like that. But of course, they sold it to somebody else, and you know, me and the landlord didn't get along, so we ended up leaving. Um, They cut the lights out in the building. Some of my belongings are still in there. Um, so they asked me that I want to come back. I was like, well, let me ask my people if they want to come back. And of course, it was a rousing no. So hopefully one of these days I can go in there and get the rest of my stuff. I got a couple of tables in there, some chairs, some equipment and everything else. So, yep, and it's done. Yes, and once again, you know, I want to bless somebody with that list. Once I'm done with it, I'm gonna pass it on to somebody else. Um, I ain't gonna charge them $100 for it though, but I'm gonna pass it on to them, and say, hey, this helped me out a whole lot. You know, once again, thank you to Lady G. Um, like I said, Pat Westbrook, um, Queen Janine, any and everybody else who have donated to me, because some people they don't believe it. Uh oh, here we go. 1690 WVON, the Talk of Chicago. Shorty Long. Function at the Junction on 1690 WVON, the Talk of Chicago. It's your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides tonight on Patrice Rushen. This is Haven't You Heard on the B-sides. It's a drop in the bucket compared to having to pay fees up the wazoo for credit checks, background checks, and other stuff. You're absolutely right. Huh. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. And trust me, it was well worth it because, like I said, I got a couple of nibbles. So you know, like I said, new year, new Greer, and I'm moving forward. And those that want to be with me, come on, enjoy the ride. Those that don't, I'm gonna have to leave you behind, and that's for sure. You're behind, gonna get left behind. You know, because I'm like I said, new year, new Greer. I'm moving on. You know, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And that goes for anybody who, don't want to be with me. And I hate to say it like that, but, you know, you don't want to be with me, that's fine. That's cool. I get it. I understand. You know, at the end of the day, once again, I wish you well. God bless you. But I gotta go. You know, God bless you, but I gotta go. I gotta leave you. Gotta leave you behind. I gotta leave you behind in 2021 because in 2022 it's me and you, or else I gotta leave you. So a new year, a new Greer. Me and you in 2022. Otherwise, I can't. I can't. I can't keep going in circles. I can't keep wishing and hoping for something that's never going to happen. If you know what I mean. Lady G knows exactly what and who I'm talking about. So that's it. You know, I love you, but you don't love me. You know, you love Mr. Franklin, Mr. Benjamin Franklin, Mr. Hamilton. And I get it. You know, I get it. And that's cool. You know, continue to enjoy what you enjoy. Once again, Lady G, I'll be shutting it down at 3 because I got some work to do. Um, and then I'm gonna get out of here and go home. But I'll be playing a best of the B-sides. But once again, thank you for the lead, for the leads, or the lead to the leads, I should say. Yeah, but as always, you've always been in my corner, and I truly appreciate that. Hey, Latanya Lynn Garrett, you've always been in my corner, Lady G, and I want to let everybody know that. I appreciate it. You've never, hey, Elo, yeah, you've always been there for me, and I appreciate it. Spiritually, monetarily, you let me sleep on your couch twice, so, and I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, and like I said, I hate to ask people for money. I just do. You know, even when I was a kid, I hated to ask my parents for money. I would rather go out and make that money. You know, my father said I had a paper route and I did this and I did that. I had a paper route and I made I'm like, okay, you did. That's what you did. But my paper route is DJing. That's my paper route. And as a kid, as a teenager, I was living at home. I was doing parties at like 18, 19 years old and getting $125, $150 for a gig. That was a lot of money back then. Staying home, living in my parents' basement, that was that was a lot of money back then. It sure was. But these days it's kind of rough. It's rough for everybody. It's rough for everybody. And like I said, I hate to beg, but my truck is on its last leg. I'm putting gas in it every 2 days just to make it back and forth to work because there's a gas leak in it. I have to get up under it and find out where it's coming from, and hopefully it won't cost me an arm and a leg to have it fixed. And I'm constantly doling out money every day. Every day. It started on Monday, and here it is. It's Wednesday, and I'm back to shaking my can like a blind man. So, like I said, if I had it, I'd give it away. I'd give the money away. That's the way I feel. I would give it to someone. you know. But, when I had it to give, I did. I don't know if you remember, Lady G, but PJ was without a vehicle. And I had a van at the time. I had this black van. Loved that van. It had, in the wintertime, it had a heater. And the heater was like in the middle of the van. It had like 2 seats, but it had a heater in the middle of the van. You could stay warm all winter long. Fill that sucker up. I could sleep in it. I wish I had that van now. It was black. It was formerly a pizza van. So, it had a heater in the back to keep the pizzas warm when they did the deliveries for it. And I ended up giving, I don't know if it was that van or another one that I had, to PJ because he didn't have any transportation. And I told him the stipulation was whenever we needed some equipment set up, that he would bring the equipment in the van. So he kept the equipment and everything. Do you know he let that van sit up because he said it had a problem or whatever, and he let the van sit up and didn't drive it. I said, whatever happened to my van? Because, I was driving around in a drop-top convertible, Yep, I was driving around in a drop-top LeBaron. And I let PJ keep my van. And he kept it all right. He kept it on the street. But I never got pissed off about it. I was like, okay, I'm coming to get my van back. Because he had a Dodge Intrepid or something like that. He had a nice car. But the repo guys came and got it. So I let him keep my van. The van was paid for. So I let him keep the van, and I had the LeBaron. I was driving around in that. So whenever we had a gig, he would meet me and Richard with the equipment, Richard Pegee, with the equipment in my van. And that was it. All that I asked that he, put gas in it and take care of it as if it was his. And he took care of it all right. Oh boy. A few years ago, before I got married, um, the second time, I stayed with, well, let me go back to the first time. The first time I got married, um, my wife moved into my apartment with me, and I was on 63rd and Ada, and she moved in with me. I never will forget it. And we stayed in that low apartment until her and I fell out, and she moved. Well, when she moved, I found out that my childhood sweetheart had gotten kicked out of her apartment. So I invited her to come stay with me. Gave her keys, everything. She stayed, with me. And of course, my wife got angry. Like, well, you moved out, and I moved my friend in. You know, it was a big to do. But make a long story short, I ended up moving, and I let my roommate keep the apartment. I just asked that she paid the rent, and that was it. Keep the apartment up, and she stayed there long after I left. To go be with my wife, and of course, all that fell apart, and then so did the apartment, and they moved me into another apartment. Same scenario when I got married the second time. I gave the apartment up to one of my former roommates, and he kept the apartment. But I'm like that. It's like stuff doesn't have the same value to me as it does to others, you know. So that's it. So once again, I hate begging, but I'm just asking. $ LP Greer at Cash App. Also accept Zelle at my phone number. Thank you in advance. Tonight we flip the 45s and play the B-sides on Patrice Rushen on 1690 WVON. The talk of Chicago, that's Heartache, Heartbreak. It's your Dr. Al Greer flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides on the dramatics. What you see is what you get on the B-sides. Up to no good. What you see, is what you get. But, once again, people have called me, conceited and everything else, but they don't know the real me. It's only one person that knows the real me. Well, maybe two. Elo knows the real me too. So you and Lady G, Elo, they know the real me. They know I'm not that stingy person that they think I am. I'm just not. I'm just not. I will give you the shirt off my back. And I've told this story over and over again. I was coming from church one day, and I stopped by my then radio station, which was on 79th and East End, to see, one of the guys who was on the air, Chef Greg Dorsey. He said, "Man, that's a nice tie you got there." That's how he talks. I took the tie off and I gave it to him. I gave it to him. I'm like, I got plenty of ties. I still got ties out in Park Forest. They're just sitting there in the bag somewhere. But that's just it. I would I give it to you. You don't never have to steal from me. I give it to you. Here, hold out your hand. Here, take it. I had a hat on one day, and one of my coworkers at the other radio station, he's like, "Yeah, I like that hat." And I almost gave it to him, and I said, "Oh, it's got like, you know, grease in it." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll get you a hat like this." So, that's just me. But then now that I need help, people are like, "What happened to your money? What'd you do with your money? You on drugs or something?" Nope. I smoke weed, yes, but that's about it. That's legal. You can go get that at the store, just like you would go to Pete's Produce now. Yep. Just curious, what color was the hat? The hat was black with a red. It was a red bottom hat. It was black on the top. So yeah, that was the hat. And like I said, I almost gave it to him, but it had grease from me putting grease in my head and gel and everything else. So I didn't give it to him, but I would have. I've gotten hats from Uncle Bo, from my dad, so on and so forth. So my brother gave me a hat one year. I had a couple of Dobbs hats that have to go to the cleaners to be cleaned and blocked. So, yeah. But like I said, now when I need help, it's like some people shy away from me. They scared to talk to me now. They think, "Oh Lord, what'd you do with your money? Aren't you on the radio? Don't you all make a lot of money?" No, we do not make a lot of money. I made a lot of money when I was at GCI. I made a lot of money. As a matter of fact, it was like 35 to the tune of 35, 40 grand a year for a few hours work a night. That's when I was making the money. Now, it's just not the same. On the average, I average like $2,200 a month. That's between 4 jobs, though. you know, um, you know, every week here, uh, every other week from the other station, that's a paycheck. The sponsor that I have for the bedtime story show, they pay once a month, and what else? Excuse me. Um, and of course, what I call my 5th job, the clothing store out in River Oaks. And that's still not a lot of money. You know, that's just enough to cover expenses and everything else. Sheila Forrest. Sheila Forrest, thank you so much. Don't forget, share the video. Good morning, Sheila. I am good. I'm on here as people would say begging, but not begging. I'm just asking for donations once again. I mean, it's almost, it's a short week this week, so I'm pretty well off this week because I don't have to drive down here until Friday, so I'm good. I just do some local driving, but not driving all the way from Cal City to uh, South Loop. So, yeah. But I was thanking everybody for their donations. And, once again, to let you guys know that, it doesn't go unnoticed. You know, yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. I thank you. It's pretty cold. Yeah, I know. And I got to let you know about that, Lady G, because I think they've canceled the show only to move it to another date. So hold tight on that. I'll let you know. But I think they're going to reschedule it because I heard they pulled the commercial. So I'll let you know for sure before the weekend. But otherwise, we still got a date, just not Saturday. But if it's still going on, then we got a date. You understand? Okay. All right. The B-side of More Love, that is Swept for You, Baby, made a big hit here in Chicago, but nowhere else, but only on WVON. It's your Dr. Al Greer with Sergio Mendez and the new Brazil 77. Bum, 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 bum. Mm, mm, bum, dum, bum, dum, bum. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, we do pray that it goes well at your therapy session at 8 o'clock in the morning. Good Lord. Yep, we sure do. Once again, at 3 o'clock, we're shutting it down so I can do some work there's a project that I have that needs my attention. So at 3 o'clock, we're going to shut it down. But of course, you can continue to listen, which will still be the B-sides, and there'll still be Patrice Russia, which I'll be playing an older show. So, yep. But Sheila Forrest, our prayers go out to you. Hope everything goes well in the morning. And I want to hear a good report later on tonight on bedtime stories. So, yeah. So everything's gonna be all right. We're claiming it. Yeah, we are claiming it. We're claiming everything's gonna be all right. Yes, Lord. Mm-mm. Now that song wouldn't play last night. I will give you a glowing report later. Okay. We declare by his stripes you are healed. Absolutely. Because that's what we do. We pray for each other. That's what we do. We have to. We have to pray for each other. That is a must. That's an absolute must. Once again, I ask you all to share the video with your on your page, that is, with your peeps, so that they may want to enjoy the show as well. And I truly appreciate that. Thank you. In Jesus' name. Because Lord knows they're trying to get rid of this show. And I'm trying my best, but I can't do it myself because they think that no one's listening and no one's watching, even though the show has been on the air some 10 years or so or longer. So, but we appreciate whatever donations you can make, Sheila. I will be making a donation really soon. Thank you. But once again, you all, thank you for what you do for me, because that means a lot, you know. But once again, at 3 o'clock, the Facebook Live will end, but the B-sides will continue. It's like we'll be starting all over again at 3. So enjoy. I understand, Lady G. You know, you've been more than generous, and I thank you. You've been more than generous. You know, like I said, if I didn't need it, I wouldn't ask. But like I said, you've been more than generous to me. Not just monetarily, but you know, spiritually. You've been there. You fed me. You've let me sleep on your couch. Everything. So. Um, You know, I can't fix my mouth to say that you ain't done nothing for me. Yep, you've been more than kind, more than generous to me. So yeah, I can't, you know, like they say, I can't say a mumbling word about you. You know, so thank you so much. But once again, at 3 o'clock, we shut down the Facebook Live, and then we just play straight music the rest of the night. Okay, straight B sides, straight all the way through. Nope, ain't gonna play. That's cool. But once again, Lady G, thank you in advance for the stuff you haven't done for me yet. You know, I think we've helped each other move, right? Is this format temporary? Yes, it is. It's just for tonight, Sheila. I'm sorry. It's just for tonight. I'm not going nowhere. At least not yet. Yep, not going anywhere. It's just for tonight only. Okay. You're welcome. I guess you thought I was getting canceled or something. Nope, everything's okay. It's just for tonight only. Okay, it ain't serious. Trust me. It's not brain surgery.
Live from the Xfinity Studios at WVON. The Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
He has a
Oh, no problem. I understand. I understand. I totally understand. I'm just hoping that I'll be able to do some Christmas shopping, once my situation, changes. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I hope once my situation, gets better towards the end of the year, then I'll be able to bless other people who have blessed me, and that's it. You know, I was trying to listen on yesterday's show, but I was exhausted. That this night owl is trying to change her sleep pattern. Okay, and I understand, and I thank you for staying up with me. But like I said, tonight, yeah, tonight we just, I mean, the music will be playing. I just won't be doing Facebook Live after in another 55 minutes. That's all. It's gonna be the same. Trust me. It'll be the same without me. Yep. No need to fret. It's gonna be all right. It ain't serious. Nope, not serious at all. Yep. Next week it'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Whereas this one, almost impossibly light on her feet. It's like if you've ever seen Jackie Gleason dance.
So, is that a compliment or?
I don't see how it possibly could be.
Okay.
Nor do I see how you could possibly think that you are at all suited to a covert mission in Turkmenistan.
Why? Because I'm black or because I'm a woman?
Pick one. I mean, look, I don't want to sound racist,
But you're gonna power through it.
not about you, about Turkmenistan. Lana, this is a Central Asian, male-dominated, xenophobic puppet state whose dictator changed the words for bread and Friday to his dog's name.
Gerp Gork.
Yes,
Mm-mm. Yep. Get me some more water so I can stay up. But don't forget to share the video, please and thank you. Did that song speed up or is it me? Let Them Talk from Earth, Wind, and Fire on 1690 WVON, the talk of Chicago. With your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides nightly. That's what we do, and that's who we are. Here's Dionne Warwick and the Spinners. The back of my mind. I'm near ya. I get that urge to feel ya. The touching you and loving you. It's everything right. Never knew love before. Then come you. You. So darn proud of you. Sing it, sing it, sing it, baby. Oh, oh. Let me turn it down before I get shut off. You know, they will preempt my broadcast. Can you? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Became you. Became you. I remember when Richard introduced that as a new song on WVON back in 1974. Yep. Wow. Yep, those were the days. Those were definitely the days. Senior year in high school. All right. That's what's up. I can make you dance. Senior year in high school. Yep, I remember. I was I was at South Shore at the time. I had just left Mendel. Yep. Those were definitely the days. Don't forget to once again share the video on your pages. Just hit share. That's all you got to do. Just hit share. Russell Baker, Shake and Bake. What's going on, sir? Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yep. I'm going to try and enjoy it too. I get 2 days in a row off. That never happens. 2 days in a row. So I'm like, wow. I got Wednesday and Thursday off. I come back on Friday. So thank you so much, brother. I'm going to get so much sleep. I'm going to sleep till I can't sleep no more. Well, I know tomorrow, or today rather, not too many people are going to call me. And then Thursday, I won't get any calls at all. So that's it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shut my alarm off for Thursday and keep sleeping. So, yep, enjoy that time to rest up and eat up. You're absolutely right. A little mini vacation. Come back on Friday, and then I'm off again on Saturday. I go to the other station on Sunday after playing drums all day in church. So I will finally get some sleep. But I appreciate you all's concern. And once again, thank you for your donations. Your donations are welcome via the Cash App at $LP Greer, Greer. Thank you once again. Like I said, the money doesn't go to me. It goes to paying bills. I don't keep any of it. Yep. Give me some rest. In the words of James Cleveland, I'm in no ways tired. But once again, thank you for your support, your donations. Thank you for watching me. Um, I know I sound like a broken record, but I appreciate you guys. I really do. Once again, they're talking about taking the show off. but I have to prove that I have an audience. Every night I got to prove my love. So yeah, while I know you all support me on the other show and the other station, continue to support me on this one as well. And once again, I thank you. And our live will end at 3 o'clock tonight, and that's only for tonight because I have some work to do. A project that I'm working on for Candace McCullum. So, yeah. But like I said, next week we'll be back to normal, whatever normal was before. Arranger and baritone player, Mr. Willie Henderson. That is the Funky Chicken, parts 1 and 2 on 1690 WVON. The Talk of Chicago with your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides. Tonight on Spotlight Artist, Miss Patrice Rushen. Like I said earlier, at one time, Prince wanted to date her. But unfortunately, I guess one person with high heels was enough. And of course, he wore more makeup than she did. So I didn't think she liked that too much. So, of course, he turned around and wrote the song, I Want to Be Your Lover, for her. Here's Patrice Rushen and Feel So Real on the B-sides. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Come true. Oh, they didn't cut me off yet. Yet. Enjoy your turkey day. Let me get some more water. I'll be right back. I'm back. Russell, shake and bake. Thanks for joining us, as always, on the B-sides. Gotta keep my hands sanitized so I don't touch my face and start breaking out and stuff. There we go. Mm. Yep, happy Thanksgiving. Just think, this time 5 years ago, I was off to Cook County Jail. Wow. I didn't think I would remember that, but I do. Yep, Cook County Jail. I think it was the day, what was it, the day after Thanksgiving or something like that? Yeah, that I went to jail. Yep, it was not a happy Thanksgiving at all. Yeah. I remember calling my mom. That was 5 years ago. I said, Mom, you're not going to believe this, but I'm in jail, you know. And it happened so fast, you know. And the whole time I was in jail, I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. And the next morning, you know, they took me to Cook County. I hadn't had any sleep all night. And they handcuffed me next to this guy who looked like he had AIDS. Never will forget that. I had on a gray suit, which still hangs in my closet to this day. I don't even think I can wear that suit anymore. You know, I've gotten so small, I can't wear it. But, yep, 5 years ago. I never will forget it. Yep, that was a that was definitely a happy Thanksgiving. Not. It was the worst. And I said, no more, no more, no more. Yep. But, you know, with every situation that you're in, if you don't learn anything, if you don't learn from it, then, you know, you're not a wise person at all. But I learned, trust me, that whole situation, that taught me. It absolutely, positively taught me that I am not, uh, you know, I'm not as bad as I thought I was, you know. But I remember being there. A lot of it I blocked out. Some of the stuff I remember. I remember at one point I wanted to get up and run, but I didn't know where to run to get out of there. So I had to just sit there in my suit with no belt on and just chill and just wait. Just wait it out and wait to see what's going to happen. And of course, eventually they let me go. Um, I don't know how long I'd been there. I know, I just know I was in there. And I remember finally getting out. They, you know, my mother bailed me out. And that's all I can remember. I remember getting an envelope with all my stuff in it. Of course, all my stuff wasn't in it. How many people know when you go down there, they go through your stuff and they keep what they want. So I had a diamond pinky ring, wasn't in there. You know, they give you your wallet and everything else back, your belt. They go through your stuff. Don't let them fool you. They go through your stuff down in Cook County. So that was it. And I remember my brother picking me up with my daughter in the car. And yep, I was told I couldn't go back to my own house until my wife had cleared out. And I remember catching a cab or the bus or something home, and I went back to my apartment. And it seemed so strange, you know. She had taken all of her stuff and left. And some of my stuff and left too. So that was it. But you know, once again, that situation, you know, taught me, hey, you're not as bad as you think you are. You ain't shaft. You're not, you know. But I remember being in there and I saw most of the security guards. Well, these guys were off-duty cops, and they were security guards at Cook County, and they all knew who I was. So I knew I was in good hands. I knew nothing would happen to me in there. So I didn't realize I had so many friends who were not only cops but Cook County sheriffs. I had no idea. Somebody asked me, "Did I know Richardson?" I'm like, "Who?" I didn't know the guy. You know, we call him something else. He said, "Yeah, you know Richardson." I'm like, "Okay." You know, like I said, I was out of it. You know, at one point, they moved me from one cell to another. And I heard somebody yell, "Hey, man, are you my attorney? Are you my lawyer?" It's like, I just was in a daze. It's like, oh, man, what? You know, I was just trying to be, you know, I was just trying to get out of there. You know, they had me handcuffed to a bench. Yep. Like a criminal. Yep. But I made it through there, and they gave me 14 months of probation, 130 hours of community service, and I had a curfew, and I had to be in the house at 7 o'clock. That was my curfew. Um, every night they would come to my house. They would call, Mr. Greer, are you in the house? Yes. Can you please step outside? Yes. It didn't matter what the weather was outside. They wanted you to step outside and show your face. And once they were gone, you could do whatever you wanted to. Just don't get caught after hours, because once they run your ID and they see that you're on probation and you're supposed to be in the house, um, then you could go back to jail, but to stay. And I had that judge that, you know, they said I had the worst judge in the system, and that was Judge Michael Gaughan. I think that was Goen. You know, I never will forget that. That was the same lawyer that R. Kelly had. So I think he's retired by now. It's been 5 years, so I think he retired. But Judge Michael Goen, they said he was nothing to play with. I remember being in court. I had to go to court once a month to check in, and I remember a guy just losing his mind because he couldn't go home. His folks were there and everything, and they revoked his privileges, and he had to go back. And I heard, you know, his family, they just started crying. They just started, you know, and he just yelled, "I'm not going back in there." And at that point, the judge in full robe jumped down and subdued the guy, him and the bailiff. I was like, ooh, that judge ain't nothing to play with. They told me to never talk over the judge while he was talking. One of my appearances, I made that mistake. And he was talking, and I cut in because I was so nervous. And I cut in. I said, ooh, my bad, judge. And he laughed. I was like, ooh, woohoo. He said, if you ever talk over Judge Goen, you going to jail. He don't care. He did not care. He didn't play. So, yep, I was like, ooh, I dodged that bullet because, you know, he could have easily said, okay, take you into custody now. Take him into custody. He didn't play. He did not play. He should have ended up with his own show. He was that, yeah. You didn't want to get on his bad side. Anyway, let's see, about 23 minutes we go shut down the live, but we're going to continue the music. And like I said, this is just for tonight. And it'll probably happen a few more times, but probably not this year. So once again, guys, thank you so much for staying up with me as always. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your support. Most of you all, I've gotten to know you personally. You know, Sheila, Lady G, of course, I've known her for forever. Russell, Shake and Bake, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. So, yep. Yeah, he was a male Judge Judy. Oh, woo. Yeah. He was not to be played with. Judge Michael Goen. Yeah. He was rough and tough. You know, he didn't care. He wasn't afraid of nobody. I mean, when I say he wasn't afraid of anybody, he wasn't afraid of nobody. You know, well, I'm gonna kick your ass when I get out, Judge. You're like, yeah, okay. In his office, he had boxing gloves. Yep, he had boxing gloves in his office. So, you know, what did he care about a street thug? As long as that street thug didn't have no guns on him, of course he didn't have nothing but sagging pants. He'd have knocked him out. For Brother Robert, listening all the way in sunny California right now on iHeartRadio. I appreciate you. Patrice Russian and Forget Me Nots on 1690 WVON with your Dr. Al Greer and the Maestro. Yeah, he was a judge turned he was a fighter turned judge. Yeah, he did his fighting in the courtroom. I know it sounds like his intro for his show, you know. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, but he was a whoo. Yep, didn't want to play with the judge. Yep, Judge Goin wasn't no punk. When I say right, QI of the Tiger, yeah, down, uh, 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 yeah. You come out with that robe, man. It's like, play with me if you want to. Yeah. Like I said, the judge was no punk. Was not somebody you wanted to mess with. Bad judge, bad judge. Mm-mm. Be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere. Yep, I'm back. So about 15 minutes, we shut down the live video and we go straight to straight to the end of the show. Here in my hand. All right, be right back. Nature calls. Within. Could you play Truly Yours? Aloha. The OJ's Third World, same song, different artist. Now that we found love on 1690 WVON, the Talk of Chicago. That, of course, right there is the original done by the OJ's in 1973. It's your Dr. Al Greer flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides here on 1690 WVON with the Spinners. You're welcome, Lady G. Mm-mm-mm-mm. The Spinners by request and truly yours on 1690 WVON, the Talk of Chicago. With your Dr. Al Greer flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides. Coming up in the next hour, more music from Patrice Rushen. Right here on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. All right, that's it for the live, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we're shutting it down early tonight. Got to do some work in the studio. Trying to hold on to my job just a few more months. So, good night, everybody. Blue skies, green lights, and peace. Talk to you tonight at 9 o'clock with bedtime stories.